Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are live here at the Democratic National Convention, of course, and we have here with us former Secretary Daley, and we're in your town, as a matter of fact, where your dad was the mayor. Were you born here in Cincinnati?
Oh yeah. I was. I hate to admit, yes, I was 20 years old in 1968.
You couldn't say it, no.
I know. I
I
gotta tell the truth. And then my brother was mayor also.
That's right. So you were an adult in 1968.
Yeah, I was 20 years old.
Big difference between 2024 and 1968, I've taken.
Yeah, we had a convention in '96 that was also great. '68 was one of the most tumultuous years in the history of our country. 500,000 kids sitting in Vietnam. You had a president chased out of office. You had Martin Luther King assassinated. You had all the riots after that assassination. Bobby Kennedy assassinated. You had 6 people killed in the during the Republican convention in Miami. And it all rolled into Chicago. So it was a tumultuous year for America. This year is very different. We have challenges, but I think there's an excitement, as there was in '96 in Chicago, about bringing the convention and the opportunities that come from this.
Yeah. How are you feeling about? Well, one thing you mentioned that was interesting, though. It's a little bit similar in the sense that you had an incumbent president in '68. He stepped out early, of course, in March, but here's an incumbent who stepped out.
Right.
Clearly not as much turmoil as there was with what was going on in the convention floor. How do you feel about the change? How do you feel about Kamala Harris?
Well, I think she's excited America. It's incredible what she's done in 6 weeks. Now, 6 weeks doesn't make an election.
Right.
We know the next 70, 80 days, whatever it is the most difficult. But she couldn't have had it. But no one could have imagined quite a start like this and the excitement she's generated. We had one night last night, obviously, a very dramatic goodbye to President Biden. Hillary Clinton's speech was amazing, as were a number of others. But I think the excitement that's being generated by the vice president and the opportunity for her campaign is unprecedented. And, we just got a lot of work to do to keep that going.
Do you think more of the public is coming on board and seeing the contrast with Donald Trump?
I think that will happen over time. I think what's happened in the first couple of weeks, quite frankly, are those people who follow politics, who maybe were a little disillusioned with President Biden, really excited about it, where all of a sudden now they've seen a change and they have become engaged. The challenge will be to keep that and she to tell America who she is, how she thinks through, what are her values, how would she govern and lead this great country, and how she would lead the world. Major challenges, in spite of the fact of her record and the job she had as vice president and the stature that comes with that. She really wasn't the principal dancer on the dance floor. She is now.
Yeah.
And that's a Herculean task to step up to that. But so far, the first 6 weeks, she sure has shown her ability to do that.
Were you one who agreed that President Biden should have stepped aside? When the conversation you were?
Yeah,
okay.
I felt that, quite frankly, for a while.
Really?
I've known the president for 40 years. I think he's a great human being.
No question.
But and the American public has been saying for a long time in research that they just thought his time was. And elections are about the future. They're not about the past. And this election with Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, against now, someone much older, is about the future and a generational change, and someone who may be able to express what America should be and the better sort of angels of our country, and not just be so down on America as President Trump seems to be lately.
It's interesting, too. We heard some in the public say they didn't want 2 elderly people. And you don't know whether to believe that, but it almost, Secretary Daley, seems like that's proven true, because it has literally shifted overnight. Now Trump is the old guy, and he's suffering in terms of the public opinion because of it. It's like people really just wanted something fresh.
Well, as an old guy, I don't like that. No, but that's true. Look at it. again, elections about the future.
Right.
President Trump had his 4 years, and people rejected him. They kind of know what his shtick is. And I think people want to move on from that, even if you may not agree with everything about President Biden or Vice President Harris or what she stands for. You know, this is about the next 4 years, not the last 4 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think she's exhibiting that she can be that change person. And
Yeah.
that's what elections are about.
So what are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm doing a bunch of consulting. I was vice chairman of Wells Fargo until June.
That's right.
It's a great opportunity. It's a great bank. It's coming back. Charlie Sharp's a great leader. We have great people. So I've been lucky in life, and I've been trying to enjoy it a little more.
How important is it that this comes back to your hometown, your father's, where your father served as mayor?
You know, my father and brother love this city. They led it for together 43 years. It is a great city. It's America's city, and I think people are enjoying themselves. Yes, we have our issues. Yes, we have our problems. But it's a great city, America's greatest city, and we're just showing our best this week.
It looks great around here, too. Brandon Johnson is a friend.
Oh,
So he's in office. He has me come to the office to visit. And he takes me, so as I'm sure you know, this layout has changed. So the great big wooden room that was your dad's office is sort of a reception area now. But he took me in there and he said, Mark, this is where Mayor Daley met with Dr. King when he came here in the 60s. And it was like really just blew my mind. You remember that too? Did you meet Dr. King when he came to see your dad?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, he you know, it was a tumultuous time.
Yeah.
And he and my father, they may have had their differences, but they both worked out a deal, and they moved forward.
Yeah.
They tried to make the city better. He had they were very different people, but there was no animus between the two of them. There wasn't any sort of, and Andy Young, who I've gotten to know over the years, pretty much confirmed that to me.
Really?
Yeah, and it was almost at different times. And lots of people today think back to those days and they make statements that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
There wasn't, people may have disagreed then, but they didn't do it with the hate in politics that
Right.
you have done.
And there was also some sense people had, well, we've got to work something out.
Right.
It wasn't just anarchy like what Trump does. It's like, you know, we got to work something out.
Right.
If we can't agree on 10 things, we're going to try to agree on 3 things.
Right. You can't, as Bill Clinton used to say, you can't make the perfect the enemy of the good.
That's right. No, you're absolutely.
Perfection, if you believe in the next life, that's the only place you're going to get it.
Would you want to serve in another administration?
No, that's it.
Yes, they're real quick, y'all.
I've been lucky. I've been lucky and had an opportunity with President Obama, President Clinton. It's time for a new generation to come in and add to it and change and improve our country.
So what are you going to do? What do you want to do? What do you say?
Just hang out.
Chill? You gonna hang
Talk
out?
to you. No, you know, I'm lucky. I've got 3 great kids, 3 grandkids.
Wonderful.
My wife and I are enjoying life. I'm staying busy. I'm staying active in politics, staying active in business.
Are you still living? Are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're home?
Sure,
So you
yeah.
live in-
We have our home.
Okay.
Yep,
Wonderful.
for sure.
Secretary Richard Daley, pleasure to talk to you again, man.
Take care.
Good luck and great convention. We're
Stay
going to hear Barack Obama tonight
Right, and Michelle.
and Michelle Obama.
Great.
And may have some other. I heard Patti LaBelle do her sound check. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're gonna have a good night tonight.
Okay, now it's going to be a really good night.
That's right. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Secretary Richard Daley joining us once again on Make It Plain. He's been with us in the past. Mr. Secretary, we are broadcasting live here from the United Center as we are underway. States Brown, come in, man. Have a seat. We got a little bit of a plan tonight.
A little bit.
In that we're going to do something that we've not done yet. So roll call is going to take place tonight. And so Stacy, we're going to try to work this out so Stacy can actually report to us live from the floor doing roll call. That's what we're going to try to get done. So look forward to that. How you feeling about tonight, man?
You know, it's going to be exciting. Obviously, anytime the Obamas roll into town is exciting. We're going to have both of them speak, Michelle and Barack. So talking to people in these halls, they're looking forward to that.
There's a report, I don't know if you've seen this, but there was some breaking news that Trump has asked Netanyahu not to make a ceasefire deal.
Well, doesn't that surprise anybody?
No, it doesn't.
Right.
But look, but you know, it's interesting. just talking daily, 68. All these similarities. And incumbent steps aside. Of course, Lyndon Johnson did it in the March of that year. But you had Lyndon Johnson trying to end the Vietnam War and Nixon undermining the Paris Peace Accords. Now you got Trump undermining, trying to undermine the ceasefire deal.
So you're talking about an individual who, according to Congress, an investigative committee in Congress said that this man sold secrets to foreign entities, including U.S. enemies. You have a guy who, when the President Biden made the hostage deal about a month or so ago, told Putin that Putin got the better of the deal, that he fleeced us.
Right.
So you have a guy who's running for president that is suing the United States for $100 million. A guy who's running for president of the United States who has basically supported or even committed treason.
Right. Right.
So it doesn't surprise that he would try and undermine a peace deal. He's not for peace. This is the man who says, Mark, he's not going to accept a loss in the election.
Yeah.
He's encouraged his followers, his Jim Jones-like followers, to act the violences.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's not. But I mean, that needs to get out there. People need to understand that. People need to know who the real culprit is. And while Kamala Harris and President Biden are trying to get this deal done, that he would try to do all he could to sabotage it.
Right, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's some might liken it to, and I'm sure you'll recall this, and I don't equate it as the same, but some might liken it to when Ronald Reagan made a deal, or at least was in touch with the Ayatollah Khomeini back in 1981.
Oh, we know that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, H.W. Bush flew with the future CIA director William Casey to Paris. Again, we're in Paris. That's what the deal goes now. To meet with the Ayatollah, ask him to keep the hostages
until inauguration.
Yeah, until inauguration.
Which is absolutely disgraceful, but still doesn't rise to what Trump is doing.
Right. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Stacey Brown here with us, and with Stacey. Stacey is going to stay nearby because Stacey's going to go to the floor. Roll call is at 6, so we'll work that out for 6 o'clock. We'll get you down there, and we'll have you reporting live from the floor. Thank you, my brother, and you get to hear Pat the bell too.
Pat the bell.
Thank you, Stacey.
Hey, good to see you.
Thank you. All right, folks. Now, and again, we're live here at the United Center for the 2024 Democratic National Convention. We're going to hear about an organization called Emerge, and its president is with us, Ashanti Golar. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
You are.
All right.
You got it right.
That's a beautiful name. Where's your name from?
Thank you. So my grandfather loved African history and the Ashanti tribe.
Yes.
He passed before I was born, so I was named Ashanti in his honor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Tell us about Emerge.
Well, we are really excited to be here at this convention because Emerge came out of the vice president's very first race for DA in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Our co-founders were friends with her, so they helped with the campaign and all those things you need to do. A bio, put together your contact list, the canvassing, the phone banking, and they realized that there wasn't an organization to support great women like Kamala to run for office, but also provide that network of support that they saw that she needed. So Emerge was established in 2002, our national organization in 2005. Now we train 6,000 women to run for office through our training programs. Over half of them have run for office and won, and we currently have over 1,200 serving in elected office at all levels.
Wow, that's amazing. We need
Thank
that.
you. We do.
So y'all got the memo early about black women running for office and being successful.
We did.
But I don't want to be presumptuous. Is it just black women, or you all help all women?
We help all
Okay.
women, but I love that you talked about black
Okay.
women because we do focus on the new American majority. Black, brown, and indigenous women, women of color, unmarried women, young women, and unmarried women. But we also have a program called Seated Together that focuses on Black women elected officials and having them run for higher office. And we're super excited to have had Congresswoman Amelia Seitz come out of that program.
Really? Okay.
Joanna McClinton, the first woman speaker in the Pennsylvania State House.
Okay.
London Lamar, who's the youngest woman in the Tennessee State Senate.
Yeah.
We're really thrilled. And then we have LaMonica McIver from New Jersey, who won the special election to replace Congressman Payne after his passing.
And you talk about diversity. And when Trump goes going crazy, Kamala Harris looks like what America is now. I mean, she is that makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even as diverse as America is. I'm just a regular black dude. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's everybody's got everything now.
It is.
And that's okay.
It is. And I think we have to be honest, that bothers him, that bothers his supporters, because they want that status quo, because that status quo benefits them.
It can only be the case, and clearly that's impressive. I wasn't aware of that, folks. Well kept secret. You've been already trained 6,000. That's a lot. Imagine how that's going to expand.
Yes.
As a result of just this week.
Yes.
And I'm certain you are also helping women at all levels of the political spectrum. Everybody, people call me, I want to run for U.S. Senate. So wait a minute. There are other things you can do first.
Yeah.
That we actually need.
Right.
State representatives do redistricting.
Yes.
School board members stop Moms from Liberty from tearing up curriculums, right? So it's also about training people that it's okay to run down ballot because you're right. Actually, it might be right in the corner where you are, right?
Yeah. So let's give your listeners a fun fact.
Okay.
How many elected offices do you think exist in this country?
Ooh. I couldn't even guess.
520,000.
Really?
500.
Total, 520,000. Okay.
Yeah, 520,000 people that get to shape our lives with a stroke of a pen. And like you said, people think about president, vice president, Senate, Congress. The majority of those are at the state and local level.
Yeah.
And that's where we need people running because they have the most direct impact on our daily lives.
We talk about police violence. Some of us still think that either Twitter or some national office will stop police violence.
No.
But that's at the local. Police are governed.
Yeah.
But we need people on city councils and mayor's offices.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also those law enforcement positions. And before I became the president of our organization, I was the political director. So I started our women in law enforcement work because I like to say you can't change the criminal justice system without changing the faces of criminal justice reform. So you need more women, more Black people in those roles. I'm excited about our work with AGs. We have a partnership with the Democratic Attorneys General Association. Andrea Campbell, the first Black woman AG in Massachusetts. She's one of ours. Sheriffs. We have so many alums who are the first woman sheriff. Prosecutors.
Our sheriffs are elected. Police chiefs aren't. That's the difference between sheriff and police. Right.
But I'm also just proud of our judges. We have a program called Gavel In to train women to run for judicial positions. We have 109 emerged alums that are judges, with the majority of them being Black women.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Because there's been this, it really started when she first ran for president. Oh, she's a prosecutor.
She's a cop.
But you're right. I mean, I was looking at something. Wait a minute. So we don't want Black folk in them positions? I mean, who made that decision? And we know a lot of that online is bots and it's targeted disinformation.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that, though. Why it's important to have people that look like us in those positions.
When we especially think about the prosecutor DA role, the role that the vice president had, her very first race, they get to make so many decisions about who gets charged with what. I mean, when we look at, marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, they're the ones who get to decide, does that person go to jail for several years or do they get off with a warning?
Right.
That all starts with who the DA and the prosecutor is.
That's right.
And it has to be people from our community with our lived experiences who know the detrimental impact that some of these decisions have. It can be someone being able to get that warning, turn their life around, or are they going to go down the wrong path?
Yeah, very, very important. So, this is a national organization.
It is.
So if there are people listening, especially young women, who are inspired, What did it do? How to get in touch with you? And what's the process?
So visit us on our website, emergeamerica.org. We're also on social media at Emerge America, or you can just go ahead and message me. I'm Ashanti Golar on all social media handles.
All right. Congratulations. Thanks for all the work you do.
Thank you for having me
How does it
on.
feel? So are you Bay Area too? Are you from it?
I'm in DC now, but I'm originally from Las Vegas, and I helped start the Emerge Nevada affiliate.
Okay. How you feeling as a black woman about this moment?
Oh, it's everything. I continue to just get emotional throughout the week. But for me especially, not only seeing the vice president, her connection to Emerge, me being able to get to know her. I say she's the ultimate girl's girl. She's all about uplifting other women, but also having Mignon Morby, the convention chair. She's one of my mentors. Again, a girl's girl who lifted me up. So I get to see two women who are very special to me shine.
Yeah.
I'm all emotional.
Yeah. And you shining too. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Ashanti, you see my time?
I like it.
We from Ghana, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank
We're going to
you.
spread the world. Folks, this is very, very important. Be inspired. Get involved. We need people. Redistricting,
Yes.
police violence, school boards, all the things we need in
Yeah.
our communities we can run for. And this is the hour for women.
It is. We're going to get it done. Let's do it.
Wonderful. Nice
Thank
to meet you,
you.
Ashanti. Keep up the great work. Anything
Thank
we can do to be
you.
supportive,
Appreciate
let us
it.
know. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So are they here? Talk to you. Are they here right now? Are you ready? Let Keith know. Keith, work for Keith. Talk in. Folks, we are. I'm producing and I'm live at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. So that is where we are. We're here now. I think what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. And yes, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back. We'll do another live and we'll let you know what's happening. We're live here from the Democratic National Convention.